Good day everyone, this is me again Hart for another video. And today we're going to talk about a quote from Mark Manson. The quote is comparison is inevitable. Instead of trying to stop comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to better people and for better reasons. So I think I can start this with what I love doing, which is to walk outside. And I think walking outside helps me relieve or calm my nerves, and it's, I think, a form of meditation of mine wherein I can clear out clear out my thoughts by allowing it to flow while I am stimulated or maybe looking at and observing my surroundings and seeing other people's lives and reflect on the things that I am going through or the problems that I've been thinking about in order for me to have a clear mind after walking. So, one of the best things in walking outside is that I see different people who are living different lives than mine. And from that, I can think of two things. The first one would be I become instantly grateful for what I have because it could be that I have approached or I saw someone or some family who is struggling to or who is living on the streets, and I can't help but to think that I am grateful enough to have a family, to have parents who provided for us or not me and my siblings, and be able to have the ability or the privilege to have to eat 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and still have snacks all throughout the day that I could eat, and a safe house wherein I can eat, sleep, and do whatever I want. And the privilege also to not have work and focus on my studies because my parents was able to finance my education, and not I was not able to worry that much on where will I get the money to have my school expenses paid. And that's the thing that I'm grateful for. And the other side of it, in which whenever I walk, I easily compare myself to others. Though I also compare myself whenever I just scroll through the phone and just by myself in the house. But it's different from walking past someone who you think has a better life than you. So I can't help but to think of comparing myself. But in Mark Manson's quote, relating to Mark Manson's quote, he said that comparing is inevitable, which means you cannot stop yourself from comparing yourself to others. I think maybe it has a evolutionary psychology explanation or scientific explanation why us people are having this nature of comparing ourselves. Maybe it's going back to um, the evolutionary times wherein it was still a hunter gatherer era. We are comparing ourselves because we have to compete for tribes and to compete who it's just the survival of the fittest wherein you have to compare yourself if to gauge or to measure how skilled, for example, for us men, how skilled that other man will fight for his family or will fight for his tribe, and therefore determine if I have the ability to be the better or to be able to survive a fight on that man that I will fight on for survival. I think that's it. So Comparison is inevitable. We cannot stop comparing ourselves. So, what would be the solution? So, we know that we cannot stop comparing ourselves to others. So, what can we do now? Mark Manson also says that instead of stopping yourself from comparing yourself, instead of stopping yourself from comparing yourself to others, you need to compare yourself for to better people and for better reasons. So, what is he trying to say? You need to compare yourself for better people. I think what he is trying to say is that, for example, you're aiming for something. Why would you compare your progress to another person's progress? If it's like for me, I'm on my chapter one of being a social media influencer or posting videos online. And why would I compare myself too much on people who I can see on social media who is a lot better on speaking, the way they articulate themselves, the way they make videos, and all the things that relates to posting videos online. I could be miserable, or I will be miserable if I focus on that thing. So, who should I compare myself to? I should compare myself to people, to better people. Who are those better people? For me, better people means that you compare yourself to persons who have achieved the goal that you have, but at the same time, you don't feel this, so you don't feel envious to that person because it's more of an inspiration. He or she is more of an inspiration to you because they did the thing that you want. They have achieved it, and at the same time, their personality reflects them or aligns with your values. I think those are the better people that you should compare yourself to because instead of being envious to that person, you're able to learn on how they did it in a more compassionate and a more learning or more better way than comparing yourself to not bad people but worse people wherein they've achieved what you want to achieve but they don't align with the values that you have. So you need to look for people who are aligned with the goals that you have or achieve the goals and align with the achieve the goals that you want and align with the values that you have and compare yourself for better people and for better reasons. So I think I've already answered the better reasons on that part wherein I'm comparing myself to these people, to better people, which is the person who achieved my goal and aligned with my values. And at the same time, my reason for that is to be like them in a good way, wherein I don't belittle myself or humiliate myself or doubt my capabilities of achieving the same thing as them because I am inspired of their work and the things that they have achieved. I do not envy, I do not become envious about the things that they have achieved. Rather, I am inspired of what they do. So I think that explains, or that is my explanation, or my observation, or my opinion about that quote. And what I can add is that when you try to have this perspective also that whenever you catch yourself comparing your progress or yourself to other people, you should stop yourself and maybe reflect. This person have achieved something. You have also achieved something. They have weaknesses and you have weaknesses too. And what you should focus on is the things that you have. And think of the things that you could be grateful for on what you have right now. An example would be you are here right now you're able to hear, you're able to see this video that I am recording right now, or I am letting you watch. And for that, you should be grateful because other people don't have the ability to hear and see. And the fact that you're still here breathing, that you are living here in the present moment, and you have not yet died, and you have the possibility of achieving your dreams. I think you should be grateful for that. And I'm grateful for that because I also have that ability. I'm healthy. I'm able to record myself and share my wisdoms and not worry much about the things that is happening around me. And I'm just grateful for the life that I have and that I am currently living right now because we have a very short life that was given to us, and you think you should think of the things that you should focus on. Would you focus on the things that is negative or that is not working your way, or would you be grateful for the things that is good or that is happening to you and be more welcoming and accepting on the things that don't go well? Because after all, at the end of the day, we're all going to die, and we should all be grateful that we were chosen to live this life. And I think it's up to you if you would choose that path of being more grateful of the things that you have. So I think, to repeat the quote, you cannot stop comparing yourself, or comparison is inevitable, as Mark Manson said. Instead, compare yourself to better people and for better reasons. So if you have comments or any feedback about this video, you can comment down below in the comment section. And then, as always, like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And if you want more wisdoms coming right at you, see you on the next video. Goodbye.